Action Podcast, brought this to life for you. Figures, news, and geek talk too. Always frank and always real. Collecting and the community are our deal. Hit that like, join the tribe, and if new, hit subscribe.
So, what's up, everyone? It's me, True Star Screamer. And it's just me tonight, guys. That's right. Mike, unfortunately, is not able to make it due to some last-minute family issues. So you just get this guy. That's right. And we're going to be talking about some toys. We're going to be talking about some, stuff from SDCC. We're going to have all kinds of things. More importantly, though, we got you guys. That's right. We've got our friends in the chat, much like Toy Mafia here, paying homage for those of us no longer with us. The big fanboy is in the house. Welcome. Good. Glad to have you with us. And we've got you guys in the replay squad, which I always want to say thank you. And yeah. And what is up, Thor? It has been a while since I have seen you. You know that? It's good to see. I'm glad to have you around. I'm going to do my best. It might not be the longest one because it's only going to be kind of one-sided opinions, but still, we are here for you. And like I said, I want to say thank you to everybody in the replay squad because you guys are taking your time to enjoy, well, normally say us, but in this case, enjoying me. I'm also simulcasting this one on my channel, so hopefully we get a few people from the True Star Screamer channel because that's what we do. Kind of surprised it doesn't have the title up here. I'll have to reset the settings. But it's kind of funny that Mike's not here because I actually got a whole lot of stuff. That's right. I actually just a little know where I'm at right now. I do live in North Carolina. I am in that Winston-Salem area. And for those of you, if it's made the news, we're currently under a water crisis where we're having to boil our water now for anything to drink. So that's kind of fun. Surround, good to see you. Keep in mind, when I am going to be going over the news, I'll probably be jumping between the two screens, so I won't be able to catch all the comments just yet. So it's just me. I don't have a moderating team. Feel like a punk with toys tonight. So, and Aquatechy, we appreciate you. I'm sure the Titan will show up eventually, so I'm going to go ahead and say hail to the Titan because I know he's going to say it. But like I said, I actually got pickups this week, like pickups. Probably one of the big things, of course, is I did get the new Netflix Punisher. Yep. Yeah, it is happening. We actually had a with the water leak thing, just to let you know, a water main broke about 40 feet underground in a man-made lake. So first of all, they lost a bunch of water pressure. Then they were able to get it back together once they were able to turn off that one water main. But because of that, a whole bunch of that lake water got into the system and contaminated it. So that's why we're having to boil our water. So it is not safe for consumption. But pickups this week. This is the new Netflix Punisher. I actually have a review on my channel. He looks good, but once you start messing with him, it's a little deceiving, I'm going to say. It's not a bad figure, but it is not an amazing figure. Got to check. Literally, the review went up today. Also, though, haven't had a chance to review him yet. Did get the Marvel Rivals Punisher, which is one of the figures. It's kind of funny. I said I really wasn't going to pick up, and I'm still passing on Moon Knight. But I've seen some really cool things being done with this, including some people putting the Crossbones head on it, which looks really nice. But when I first saw this guy in hand, all that was going through my head was Rob Liefeld proportions. And I think this could make a very interesting Cable or maybe some like Youngblood-esque character, which I think is kind of neat. I mean, look, you can't even see the feet in the box. That's perfect Rob Liefeld. Also, where is he hiding? Can't find it. Oh, there it is. I got the Professor Hulk, which I'm curious on this one. I have bought just about every single Hulk figure with the exception of Maximum Hulk and the one from that old Avengers game one. So this is one of my favorite versions of the Hulk. I love the Peter David era I got to meet the man a number of times, so there's like a little bit of a personal connection with this version of the Hulk. Also, because I love my horror figures, I did get the Ghostface Returns figure. I already have a Ghostface, and is it sad that I really pretty much bought this just because I wanted the Scary Movie face? And the prices of these guys have gone up. The first one was $30. This guy was $37 for, I mean, I don't know if it's a complete reuse of this one, but still. Then not finally, but 5K Toys also decided to ship me a ton of stuff, which includes the Leijing Turtles. I do have review for the first two on my channel, so I'll probably be doing a double review for these guys. I am very excited to complete this set. From Metzi Toys, I got, they don't have the picture of this guy, but this is basically another tiger figure of theirs. Yeah, Akateki. The plastic starvation is over. Like, it all showed up. And it's funny because, well, I'll tell you in a second what makes it funny. McClarrig, good to see you as well. But yeah, this is a tiger. And then finally, for the pickups, heavy. I got this bad boy, the Ghost Warrior, basically. This box is not only huge, it is heavy. I actually took this and put it on a scale. This whole thing is over 4 pounds of plastic. So, not only do I have to find, am I looking forward to reviewing this guy, I have to find a place to store him. Which comes to my next big thing. I made more room this weekend. I sold all my G.I. Joe classifieds. Yeah. So right now, almost all my Transformers are gone, with some very few exceptions. And with the exception of like 6 of them, I sold, which including right now, I still have my HasLabs. I want to point that out. But I sold almost all my classified figures. So a local dealer, and I am officially out of classified. You guys have heard me whine, complain, moan about how I'm not happy with how Hasbro's taking some of the directions they're going with their pricing and such. And I figure the easiest way to stop bitching about it is to stop buying it. And by not having it here, I don't have that compulsiveness. So I try to take my own advice. If you give advice and you don't take it, you're just spouting smoke. So I'm not going to tell people what to buy, what not to buy, but I will say, if you are not getting satisfaction from your purchases, don't make them. Speak with your wallet. We are a consumer. Obviously, I'm not out of the toy game. I'm not going to be that guy saying, oh, it's so freeing getting rid of all your stuff. It's actually a little emotional, but it is a little freeing not feeling compulsive to pre-order every single thing. And the way prices are going right now, I always just say, get what you feel you're getting your value for. That is going to be my mantra. I will say it to you guys, and I will make sure I follow my own advice. Seriously. And the sermon is over. What is up, Max? It is good to see you, man. We need to get a good chat again sometime. But we got toys to talk about. We got things. We got plastic to tempt us with. And, of course, we got opinions to give because I got them just like I got it. Never mind. And we're going to talk some Transformers. This was at the Transformers, the breakfast, the Hasbro breakfast. And we're going to start things off with the Nexus Prime combiner. They've released 2 more limbs. So one aerial bot, a blast off recoloring, but they are still using right now the Silverbolt frame. Plus, as you can see here, we've got Bruticus fully assembled with Shockwave. We've got the Unicron Soldier. It's cool they're doing it, and it's a great way of getting some repaints out. Though I am curious if they are going to give him a actual body frame to work with. Blastoff looks really good on the Superion frame, I have to say. I mean, it works. And then I had a really interesting thought the other day that what they could use for his frame or possible reuse of this mold. And this would make a very interesting Star Saber retool. Just interesting, just a thought on mine. I also like they also look like they're putting some new heads on the robot modes. Let's see if they have there. That reminds me actually more of, that head reminds me of Darkwing, actually, or Dreadwing, which works, actually. I don't dislike that. It definitely gives them personality. And I really like this mono eye head. So I think that definitely, I'm glad they did that just to give it a little more personality for these figures. So what is up, Professor Soundwave? We are here in time for, you got here in time. Where the heck is Mariano? He's late. Talking Transformers for him, man. But yes, I think this is, the fact they put the new heads on them makes it a little more love to it, I guess, if that makes sense, than just doing a simple recolor. So I'm curious to see if they do a complete set of Linbots, and I'm definitely interested if we get a new combiner skeleton. I think that would I think kind of help everything pull it all together. So here we have the complete pics of everything that's been released. Let's see if I've got the actual photos here. Yes, we do. I think one of the big things is these monster truck transformers. That looks kind of cool. You know, combination of Gravedigger, both in bot mode, and we actually get a transformer for it, which I think is pretty neat. I kind of dig this really right now. The Monster Jam truck, Bumblebee works really well for this. And I mean, it's a Starscream. I'll give it that. I like that they're doing this as a 4-pack. So I think that way they can just do it as a one and done for the licensing. So for those who want it, you can get it. And for those passing, absolutely. And yes, the new head sculpts, like I said, I think really helps set those figures off. And Max, I'm glad you got your Matrix, because not only do you have the touch, but now you have the power. Yeah, I said that. But this packaging, I think, looks really neat. We're getting another Alpha Bravo. I guess that's using the Whirl body. I'm glad that character is not a one and done. I think it was a neat little concept. I know they used him in IDW, so hopefully we'll see him in more fiction. Colors look good. Again, here's looking at the figures we were just talking about. Breakaway, that's what they're calling him. Very cool. Works for me. We talked about this last week of using the 6-gun in the Dark Energon. G2 Wild Rider. So hopefully we'll be completing this combiner. Skyguard looks great. I think Skyguard was in Skyguard and Breakaway. They were both in. They were also they were TFCon exclusives or BotCon exclusives. They released one every year, and they were using the Energon combiner remolds for that, which I thought was kind of cool. Talked about that. Anything new here? I can just pull this off and just go straight to the pictures. We talked about that Prime. Now, this is interesting. We're getting the 7-pack of the Maximals. So I guess if you've been passing on those, you can now buy yourself a gift pack for these. I have no idea how much this is going to cost. But I do know that since Rhinox, Dinobot, and Prime were already larger figures, this is not going to be cheap. But if you've passed on it and you had regret on passing on them, you can now get them all in one fell swoop. The coloring looks really good, especially Airazor and Primal. Both Airazor and Primal look really good. And that Primal was a very good figure. I don't think I ever opened up my Dinobot. Then with the Monster Jam, we're getting the Gravedigger, which is an actual transformer as well. I love not only does the coloring look good, I love the head sculpt, I love the scythe. So this is a very neat one-off crossover figure. And this also reminds me of, there he is. You're running late, Mariana, but it's good to see you. This figure reminds me of a Transformers Cybertron figure, and I can't remember his name, but he also turned into a monster truck of very similar colors. But he had a really neat. He was probably one of my favorite of those of the Speed Planet figures, because he actually had 2 Cyber Planet key gimmicks. One, when you put the key in when he was in his vehicle mode, the tires actually popped out going from all-terrain mode to a speed mode, which I thought was really cool. But when he was in robot mode, the gearing kind of retooled and cannons popped out of his shoulders. I just thought that was such a neat bit of engineering, that he actually had a different gimmick for each form, but all using the same springs. Can't remember his name, though, but it was such a good figure. But yeah, Gravedigger looks actually pretty badass. I like the flame effects on it. So I'm things like this is pretty cool. Cannot lie. Things that are, it's a thing. You can get yourself your faction symbol that transforms into a robot. Yeah. Well, someone's gonna buy it, and I hope they enjoy it. I am not that person. But we have the Decepticon symbol. Also, with we using the Monster Jam, we have El Toro. This would be great for little kids. Kids love big trucks, so. Though I find it, I mean, I guess the kids line you can't do Decepticons, but that would have been a really neat way for Tantrum, actually. Like a Cybertronian version of Tantrum. And then we also get a Shark, Big Tooth. And in Studio Series, we're getting the Alicons again. So this, I think they sold these individually. I know they had it with the Pit Pack a couple years ago. So if you didn't get your Alicon, here you go. I want to say this is the same figure from before. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Then finally, we're getting our Titan class Dinobot Scorn. So, $220 for Pulp. There you go. For the Maximal set. Thank you, Aquatechie. I appreciate you on that. I liked Scorn. I think Scorn has some of the best figures in general, both with The Last Knight and the following movie, the Primal and The Last Knight. You know what I'm talking about. All the Scorn figures I thought were really good. Well, this one I think is more movie color accurate. I still like the leader class Scorn. I mean, I know this is Titan size, but that's a no from me, dog. Honestly, if you want to buy a Scorn figure, find the leader class version. That was the best version of this character, in my opinion. If this is your thing and you want to have these Titan class ones, though, have the big boys on that, awesome. But that's going to be expensive. Transformers 1, Shockwave. I think it's very cool. Also, I know it's Transformers 1, but also is reminiscent of the War for Cybertron version of Shockwave, which I absolutely loved. Does look good. This actually looks really good. I like the coloring. Very nice. Sculpting is good. Back to those Monster Jams, and that's the main stuff there. My favorite boys right now, I do like these blockies, and we've got the fact that these are blockies is insane, to be honest. Again, I've just built that Champion Edition Champion version of Moon Knight. This kind of gives Yellow Park a run for their money. I gotta say. A nice thing about these also, blockies are really easy to customize. So you can buy one of these guys, and then if you wanted to put like an additional wash on there to bring the gears out, some dry brushing for battle damage, you don't feel guilty about doing it, if that makes sense. This Prime, though, looks insane. They have a better picture of that. Yeah. I love this Prime. It just kind of has like all the cool gimmicks to it. So I'm very excited. I'm curious to see how the pricing is going to be on that. But if you like building if you like doing Gunpla models, but you want a little less stress, the blockies are fantastic, and I think this would be an excellent alternative than to buying full figures. They're a fun build. They articulate very well. So they get the True Star Screamer thumbs up of endorsement. Yep, that Blockies Jeff is looking great. I've seen some people having a lot of fun with those. But if Blockies are a little low class for you, if you feel like you want a little more premium product, 3-0 is there for you. MDLX Stepper, obvious reuse of the Jazz. The only thing is, I'm kind of surprised they didn't change the gun to make it look more like Target Master. Well, I am and I'm not, because it's just a straight repaint. They don't do too many remolds. The Jazz mold is gorgeous, though. So if you're collecting MDLX, I can't see why you wouldn't pass on that, and why you would pass on it. Shockwave looks beastly. And this is, again, I think we talked about this, the G2 Combat Hero coloring for Megatron. I mean, they're definitely getting their money's worth out of these molds. And then, of course, the War for Cybertron. I mean, sorry, yeah. The Bumblebee movie version of Soundwave with Ravage. Oh, sorry, this is Sound Blaster. My mistake. And then we are going to be getting another the Bumblebee version of Shockwave. Shattered Glass Goldbug is interesting, though I was really surprised they haven't given us a green Wasp yet, to be honest. And then Blitzwing in Starscream colors, because that's how he should have been to begin with. We all know it. Bayverse Jazz looks awesome. Then Bayverse Last Night Megatron looking awesome as well. Again, these are a little rich for my blood, but I know everyone who has them loves them. So 3-0, absolutely bringing in their A game to this. Can't go wrong with it. Yep, even his eyes are articulated. Studio Series Optimus versus Megatron Target, $75. Exactly. This is one of the reasons why I've pulled out from a lot of Hasbro product. So it's what they're doing and what we're getting. Value is value. But we always have other alternatives to scratch that itch. So again, if you're needing more transforming plastics, robots, third party will always be there for you. And now we have Kang Toys bringing out their Trans-Age figures. I can't really say these are not Dinobots, because while they are dinosaurs, they're not based on any existing Transformer per se. Like, this is a neat take on a Spinosaurus and Trusaurus, they're calling him. So we got Grand Pino and Trusaurus. These bot modes are no homage to anybody, and they look very cool. I mean, it's a neat direction on things. Kang Toys is very stylized. You know, you either you like it or you don't. I think it's a novel approach to these robots. I wish I had the money and the space, because I would love to give these guys give them both shelf space and some of my cash, but I can only do so much. And I can't remember if these ones are also combiners as well, which I think their direction to combiners has been very novel. It is so weird doing this one-sided. I guess this is kind of like an Ankylosaurus, but not quite with that feral face to it. This Spinosaurus though is neat with the using the double-bladed axes though. Because yeah, his bot mode is this is a tank. Like this, I could see this guy just wading into battle and just going through the masses. You know, all the faceless minions coming through, and he's just swinging those blades, taking them down left and right. It's cinematic. It is, and it definitely has a. What do the kids say? He's got the aura, and he's big too, 275 centimeters. And oh, he is the legs for the combiner. So, yeah, he's the lower half of the combiner. Dang, that makes perfect sense. So very cool. Props to Kang Toys bringing something pretty neat. I wish Mike was here for this one as well, because it is crazy that the Skybound has been 3 years, and everything they have done has been pretty neat. I know I heard it's been stalling out a little. I've been a little behind on it, I admit. I love that they've brought Rom the Space Knight though into the Transformers universe. With the whole G.I. Joe, they've brought new characters in that have been brought into the classified series, or designs that have been brought into both. This is the craziest thought, though. Thundercracker being an aerial bot. I like it. I really do like it. So probably means then that some exclusive is going to be the Thundercracker aerial bot to put on your Superion. Plus, they're bringing in masks, the directions they've brought Joe's in. This is exactly how like we would play with our toys as a kid, and they're finally bringing that into a universe. Yep, Thundercracker in the comics last couple months, he officially defected over, even got Autobot wings. So you got to read the books. It's realistic directions of how they take it. So, and you know what? That's the whole thing. This is its own. Right now, Professor Soundwave saying never been a fan of crossovers, and not Thundercracker will always be a Decepticon and Scourge. G1 is still there. They're not burning it. They're not making a divergent. This is its own continuity. This is like the Ultimate Universe. This is like absolute Batman. Your bad guy Thundercracker is still there. I just happen to like how this is done. I think it's fun. It's different. I like, and you can only do you can only play the same cover so many times. So, we have then we got the Marvel Legends panel. Oh, I wish T was here for this now. I hate being alone for this. Moving away. We got 40. No, we got Dwight here. Yes, we know. Working with the Magic the Gathering figures, we're getting a Captain America. An interesting design with this, Avengers Twilight. And you get, with this, of course, you get your exclusive Magic card. I am not too broken up about this being a Magic card design. I could easily pass on this, plus I don't play Magic. Though it is an interesting design to it. I'm just not a fan of the plastic they use for those legs. Look at my last G.I. Joe review, and you know what I'm talking about. This is the one that kind of annoys me because it's Doom 2099, and I loved this character. And the fact that you have to buy the Magic card, this one means he's going to be $35-$40. If you read the 2099 comics back in the day, like I did, they are entitled to their own multiverse. Yes, they are. And yes, that is my fault. The 2099 thing was big in the 90s, and Doom 2099 was like a massive, massive force into that one. You know, we never found out if he was the true Dr. Doom or not. And but it was cool seeing this guy just be like a juggernaut through the universe. And I always wanted a figure of him. I'm just not sure this is the direction I would have wanted. Plus, he's got that hard-ass plastic cape, which drives me nuts. But they're giving him the power. I love that he's getting these effects. So he's getting justice on that one. This is the big one for a lot of people. This is our next Maximum figure. I think you could actually hear Jay Hernandez, the reviewer, actually like scream a little inside, because this is our Maximum Black Suit Spider-Man. Oh, I almost forgot. With my pickups, speaking of Black Suit Spider-Man, I did pick up the Mess Toys version of this. And the reason I'm bringing this up, this Maximum still does not have the spider webs coming from his fists. Okay? I mean, I'm happy that he can do this pose. I'm absolutely thrilled about that. But the fact is, Black Suit Spider-Man, when it was a symbiote, the web shot from his palms. And the fact that it took, the only company that does it is this Mess Toys figure. None of the official Spider-Man figures do that. None of the official Venom figures do that. And it bugs me. What else? Malice, when she possessed Sue Storm. I am surprised they're doing this figure, to be honest. They're giving us this, but they could not give us a comic-accurate Goblin Queen as a proper release. I'm surprised. That's all I can say. Neat version of Black Panther with the Infinity Gauntlet. If you're a Panther fan, I can see that, but again, easy pass for me. So here's better pictures of that Maximum Spider-Man. Like, again, if you look here, they've got the dots on his wrist for the web to shoot out. And it looks cool. It looks very, very cool. Except I'm not a fan of the Peter Parker head looking so large. And again, like I mentioned, with the whip not popping out of his hand, his fist. But you get some really cool effects. You get the web sling going through with him holding the manhole cover. You get the symbiote in the container, and you get the sonic gun as well. So a lot of good things. This one, okay. I'm not getting that Malice card, just to let you know. I'm passing on that Malice. Malice was not a big deal. And you know what? Yes and no on that one. One of the reasons why I think they're putting Professor Soundwave, if you're asking about it's too soon for the Maximum Symbiote Spidey. Again, Mess Toys just put this out. Reveltech just put their Black Suit Spidey out. So they're trying to cash in on the hype for that, for people not wanting to spend the $100 for it or buy a bootleg. Marvel's Mole Man and the Moloids. I'm happy we're getting a Mole Man. I am very happy for that. He's a character who I think has been needing a refresh for quite some time. But these Moloids, oh my gosh. I don't know if it's showing here in the picture, but I was looking at other pictures. They have static legs. So the one that is kneeling will always be kneeling, and the one that is standing will always be standing, and you cannot really pose them. The arms are posable, and then it's on a ball peg. That's it. And I think that is the stupidest thing ever. I think they should have at least kept them as single jointed, smaller figures. You know, it's like I actually was almost tempted to get this pack until I saw that those figures had static legs. And it's sad because you could have, yeah, it keeps the price down, but just molding those bottom legs or sold the Moloids as Pulse exclusives, 2 for $24, all with 17 points of articulation. Single jointed elbows, single jointed knees, hips, neck swivel, and a waist swivel, and wrists. That's it. But now they're just static and kind of useless. They're props. They're not figures, they're props. This one was not on my bingo card list of re-releasing Elsa Blackstone. She was seen in that Female Avengers pack years ago. So I'm very happy that she's coming out, but my challenge with her is she does have the high-heeled boots, so I don't know how well she's going to balance. But I love that she's got the shotgun and the pistol. Also not on my bingo card was Earth X Captain America. Now, I think this would have actually worked well as a Magic the Gathering figure, to be honest. I mean, I'm not sure how many people even remember Earth X. I do have the trade paperback over on my walls over there. But it was a very unique look, I have to say. Yeah, sorry, my whiskers are going up my nose. But it's not a commonplace one. Earth X did not pick up the same momentum that Kingdom Come did, even though they were both done by Alex Ross. Go figure. And then finally, a Croyer. This guy was in Micronauts. So also a very deep dive into Marvel history. He's right up. This was, of course, bigger than Crystar, but Micronauts was licensed out, but they created original characters for it. So I'm impressed that we have it, and I love this effect that we have for his sword. They're no longer doing the Gamerverse anymore. It's now just Marvel Games. And we're getting another Gamerverse Wolverine with a Reek Player 2 Psylocke, but this is the Bone Claw Wolverine. So, is that Bone Claw? Wait. It looks Bone Claw in this picture, and then regular claws in that picture. Interesting. And then, of course, we have the re-release of Psylocke. I'll have to see if it comes with both hands. That's interesting if he does. But if you missed out on them, now we get Player 2 colors. So I guess they're kind of pulling from the how Jada is doing it. Maybe that isn't Bone Claw. Getting a recolor of Gargantos. Now we're just getting him in purple. So our Player 2 version of that. A supposed new Iron Man and a re-release of Spiral. So if you missed out on Spiral before, you now can get another one. Though there'll be no way you'll be able to do the sword effect. I don't think she comes with a stand for that. But this Iron Man does also come with the shield for the blocking pose, which I think is pretty cool. If she can actually put those swords together like that, there's an effect in that box. That'll be kind of cool. But at least the photographer knows what they're doing. This is going to be a fan channel exclusive. Pre-orders will be at the end of next month. So, and then we got this big boy. I don't know if that's much of a new mold on Spiral. I'll have to do a comparison. I know I've got the last Spiral re-released here. I am actually very much torn on this figure, guys. 11 inches. It's $100. But it's the Marvel vs. Capcom Sentinel. So you don't need to army build this one because he was a one and only. I like that the shoulders can pop out for the rocket for the boost. I've got the articulated fingers. Yeah, that's more. Yeah, you lose our wallet. So, or maybe they don't articulate; they just look like they do, because then you also have the pointing finger for when launching the Sentinels, the baby Sentinels. You get the open palm hands. You get then also a rocket punch effect and an open mouth for the blast from his mouth. So There's the rocket punch effect, which I think is pretty cool. And the plasma shooting from the mouth. And then we were hinted on this. Some people think that this could be another Reed Richards accessory. So jury's out on this. You know, my big thing with this Sentinel, this is going to be $100. He's a big boy, I understand, but I also think he should have also come with, yeah, you're right. The fingers do not articulate; they just look like they do. My big thing, I think this should have come with the flying Sentinel that does the bomb, or at least one of the Sentinels that flies out. They could also put on that stand. Just saying, for $100, I want all I can get. This is a made to order, so you can put your pre-order in. They charge you when he shows up, and just hope that you don't have a lot of bills when he does. So that's our big panel on there. They also have the Avengers Doomsday figures, which are already out for pre-order. So you got your Sam Wilson Captain America. Head sculpt looks great. Body's kind of boring. Just got to say it. But the head sculpt looks great. And we're still using the same damn shield design. And they couldn't even bother giving him wings. Cyclops. Now, Cyclops is interesting for me. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the clip that's going around with Cyclops. That's been going through some of the feeds. But it's looks like he's doing a lot more than he's done in any other movie. He does come with the Optic Blast effect. No shoulder, but no butterfly joints. Looks like on any of these. The one thing I find interesting with this figure is how they handle that strap with the yellow strap. It is not an accessory piece like the previous ones were, but it's an overlay, which you've got a pro and a con to that. The pro is it does not mess up with any of the articulation. The con, though, is when you move that torso, it then breaks the sculpt. So there you go. There's your pro and con to it. You can, like at this picture right here, you can see the buckle breaks as soon as the torso twists to it. But honestly, I'm very surprised of seeing the James Marsden Cyclops again, and I'm very happy for it. Of course, you got to have Doom. I actually find this Doom a little lackluster. That Doom 2099 comes with more stuff than this does, and this is supposed to be freaking Doom. This is supposed to be the reason for it all. They could not afford to give him any effect parts. What the hell? So, and of course, it's going to have that lovely hard plastic cape that I love. I mean, he's got the gesturing hands, but they couldn't give him any energy effects? Come on. This is Doom. They should give him all the stuff, unless they're going to come out with like a deluxe Doom later. Gambit looks great. Of all the figures, I want to say this is my second favorite of them. And I love this new card effect. And I hope to see that effect in a future comic accurate Gambit. So that's really cool. I was not expecting to see him in this movie. I thought the Deadpool was one and done. So I'm glad Channing Tatum is finally getting his Gambit justice. The staff looks really good too. It's just, man, they need to redo this jacket. Seriously, it just needs more. But this, Gambit has more effects than Doom does. What is wrong with that? Gambit gets the power cards and he gets the dealing cards, and Doom gets jack. Serious. Oh, and Gambit gets a staff. I don't get that. Shang-Chi was about to be my favorite figure. I love these 10 ring effects, but he's got pinned arms. I don't get that. mean, they're just probably just reusing the old ones, but the old figure, but they should have updated it. But again, I love these 10 ring effects. It looks absolutely epic for him. But these pins just kill it. He's got pinless legs, but they couldn't give him pinless arms. And then Thor is... Oh, Shang-Chi is my third favorite because this Thor right now is my favorite of these figures. He's got both Mjolnir and Stormbreaker, and he looks good. He's got that torso that I like with the ball peg torso. 2 weapon effects, 2 heads. I mean, 2 weapons, 2 heads, and he just looks solid. So yeah, I'm not going to pre-order any of these, but if I see any in stores and I got a coupon. And yes, Magneto needs a cloth cape. We're about to talk about that because we do get our old man Magneto. I was honestly really surprised to hear that he's in the movie. And it looks like he has a cloth cape. So Magneto gets a cloth cape, Doom doesn't. Hasbro, what the hell? Hasbro, what the hell? This looks great. It's basic, but it works. Again, wouldn't mind some power effects to it, but Magneto in the movies, they never actually gave him power effects. Stuff just happened around him, which in some ways I actually really appreciated that. So, you know, if they were to go bare bones with Doom, if they did bare bones Doom with a fabric cape, yeah, you could do it with him, but you can't do it with Doom. What the hell, man? So, there you go. Cerrone, they listen to you. They don't listen to me. You must have a much more active channel than I do. Jada Toys, though. We talked about some of this last week. They are bringing the fire. I mean, again, we talked about... Did we talk about these? This has everything that we talked about. Yes, it did. So not this one here. Day 2. This is one we need to talk about here. We're getting Alan the Alien. He's looking amazing from Invincible. So we got those out. For me, as y'all know, I am the huge Street Fighter fan. Adon looks goofy, but he was always goofy in the game. And he was always my character I would surprise people with. So I wasn't the best with him, but I was decent with him. And the sculpting looks fantastic on this. And he looks great with Guy. Yes, Battle Beast will absolutely be dominating people's toy photography. And the big thing is when I saw that they were doing Adon for Street Fighter for Alpha 3, again, that just shows me again how they're already going into depth with the roster, which I know Storm is just not going to touch. And then finally, the big boy, the big release for Invincible Wave 2 is getting General Thrag with the soft goods cape. So here is hoping it is going to be wired like M. Bison's is. And I am confident that it's going to be wired when I look at it like this. So this is going to look absolutely awesome. Oh, they're Bloody Battle Beast I could see as an exclusive. Just like General Thrag, if you have read the comics, does get a he gets another cape. That's all I'll just say on that. If you know, you know. Don't spoil for those who don't know. But General Thrag does get another cape. And the last bit of news here is coming from Valaverse. Tomorrow, the extras, I believe, go up on pre-order. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be getting any of these personally. I am looking at do kind of like those NPCs, but some of these do look pretty good. I do like we're getting the updated stand for these with the concrete. So we've got Chris. We have James. Marco, I'm not sure. I'm not a fan of his face sculpt, to be honest. This is interesting, though, getting the leg pack so you can actually pop off the legs and get different legs on them. You could mix and match different torsos. That's an interesting direction to go with this. And then you have the variety of heads to play with. Based upon Articulated Ninja, I'm not sure how I feel about this, to be honest. It's cool, but it's kind of like how Desert Rat was. It's going to be ones that either people know or they don't know. A Bobby Vala figure as well. So these go up for pre-order tomorrow. I mean, it's neat that they're doing these background characters. It is neat. I mean, you got these, and then we also have the NPCs for coming from Big Bad Workshop. Having the swappable torsos and the swappable, probably I think these might have the pop and swap shoulders. I know he was inspired by Mythic Legions for that, because I know if you ever watched there was a 3 POA where he was at, not this, obviously not the last Legions Con, but the previous one. He was very much inspired by that. Then they also pointed out that they're going to be doing some chase varieties of those, with some of them having different tampos on the chest, of having symbols from from Action Force, from 3 POA. So it's going to be an interesting direction. But it's I almost forgot. A couple pre-orders that also dropped today, as as you guys know. I am a big fan of 5K Toys, and they had some fun stuff go up on pre-order this week. This one specifically caught my eye. I did not put this one in, but this is essentially a Chow Yun Fat figure. I can't remember which movie this is based off of. It's obviously not Hard Boiled, but he's got a leg brace at the bottom. But if you're a fan of old Hong Kong action films, mid-90s Hong Kong action films, this is absolutely something to keep your eye out on. I hope they do a hard-boiled version of him, the character Tequila. That one I probably would get personally. But $18 deposit, whole figure is $92. With the Nada Toys, they call this their Chinese Conan figure. This is, I'm tempted on this one. Haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, but big Asian warrior with axes, and you get the motion on them, and then you get this Blood Rage version that is absolutely beastly. Like, the warrior's cool, but this Blood Rage version is just absolutely catches my eye. And then for a bonus accessory, you get the sake bowl, or the rice wine bowl, and dish. So it's pretty. This is pretty cool, I have to say. But at the same time, $25 pre-order. Total price is $115 plus shipping. I don't know if I see the $115 personally. What I did put money down on, though, was this. The Ghost the Fear Hunter It was originally called Wayne the Fear Hunter, but this is using the Atom body, and it's basically a third-party Casey Jones. And as you guys all know, I am absolutely a fanatic on Casey Jones figures. So I did put the money down on this today. It was a $30 pre-order, but I have a feeling it's going to be worth it. The Atom bodies move very well. These accessories look awesome. You got different versions of the hockey armor. I am very much excited for this figure. They showed this off at a Wonderfest, I want to say 2 years ago. So I'm really excited that he's finally getting the pre-order up. I almost actually put an order in through VC Toy Box for this guy, but 5K Toys has not let me down. So I was very happy to see them put it in. So, though the unmasked face looks like Adam Driver. It just does. But I don't think I'll ever have him unmasked personally. He just looks good. Hopefully this guy will move better than the Mezco ones, because I've got both Mezcos. So again, I'm an idiot for this character. But that is this week's toy news. It's hard to do a discussion without anybody here, but again, like I said, I just recently got rid of. I'm starting to thin down my collection of finding what I have the value on, and that's always what I'll say to you guys. There's things on here that I am buying that we've shown tonight. There are things that I'm passing on because I just don't see the value in it. But that is always up to you. You're the consumer. It's your wallet. It's your shelf space. Never let anybody tell you what you should or shouldn't buy. Even if it's Super 7, I'll laugh at you. But if you want to buy it and you enjoy it, that is all yours. Hopefully Mike will be here next week. I know he's got, right now we're still a little short staffed. We are actively looking for a third. I appreciate everyone who's stuck with me on this. As you can see, the voice held up no matter which channel you're on. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. Everyone, please hit that like button. Able to pull out an hour for this. Just talking some toys, talking some opinions. If you guys, catching this on the replay squad, let us know in the comments what you've got your pre-orders down on. I appreciate everyone here. I appreciate you. And as always, my friends, until next time, take care. Peace. You know what? I'm going to go out on that.
Until we meet again.